I'm Laura and welcome to my channel. Now this is my first ever video, so be kind and like and subscribe. Now today I would like to talk to you about 10 different creams that I have tried and tested, and we are going to find out today if they are suitable for somebody with eczema and how effective they are on eczema. So if you're interested in this, keep watching to find out which cream you should probably buy. Okay, so ranking in at number 10, my least favourite has got to be Cetrobin. No, I don't think that's how you pronounce it. I thought it was Cetrobin, but I realised it's EN, so maybe it is Cetrobin. Anyway, how you pronounce it doesn't really matter, because this one, I got this for £10.99 from Boots. It's unfragranced, and it's a very thick texture. So I'm going to try and show you that now. Oh god, it's so thick. So thick that I just didn't get it out. Anyway, what you can see from that. Now this one, it's very, very greasy. I put it on earlier just to test it before this video, and my hands stayed greasy for about 2 hours. So I don't know if that's what you like. But the reason that this one is last, and I've got nearly the entire thing left, is because I only used it once. And when I did, I come out in a terrible rash. So I don't know if I'm allergic to this or what it is, but I'm going to put this at the bottom because when you've got eczema, you don't need another added rash. So this is a no from me. Right, coming in at number 9 is Diprobase. Now this one I got from the doctor, actually. I got this prescribed, but really it's just like a massive pot of Vaseline, which I will show you now. Hopefully you can see it this time, because the last one that I tried to show you, I didn't even get it in the shop. So, but yeah, and you can see there, it's just like Vaseline, really. This one's really greasy, obviously. It's cheap. It's cheap as chips though. I mean, you can get a 50 little gram one, starting at like £1.99. So yeah. Something I don't like about this is the pot. So you can buy a tube, which would obviously be smaller and better, but this pot gets really disgusting, because just imagine all of the dirt and germs that go into this. The only thing it's really good for is dry areas, but most people have a tub of or a little pot of Vaseline lying around, and I'm telling you, this is no different. So don't waste your money, even if it is £1.99. Next up is the E45 Eczema Repair. Okay, now this one I thought was quite cheap, but it turns out it wasn't, because I looked today and I actually paid £15.99 for this from Boots. And the reason I thought it was so cheap is because it feels cheap. It's very light, but for me the quality is not there. This could almost be any average cream that's unfragranced. It does nothing really. For normal skin, I would say, yeah, you know, it's a bit moisturising, it's all right. But for eczema, it doesn't hit the mark. I'll show you it now, just for. So it's like this. It looks thick, but it's actually very light. It's very lightweight, but does it do anything? Wrong way. No, it doesn't. So don't waste your money either. Okay, so on to number 7 then. Gloves in a bottle. Now when I found this, I thought, oh my God, is this some miracle cream that I've just not... I mean, it sounds amazing, doesn't it? Gloves in a bottle. And obviously it says, you know, it's a shielding lotion. And it says that it has relief for dry, cracked and irritated skin. And it's like an invisible pair of gloves. Now it says it's non-greasy, fast absorbing. That is true. It isn't greasy and it absorbs so quickly. Probably, you know, you rub it in and it's gone. Would I say that it has relief for dry skin? No, I wouldn't say that this moisturises anything really. I like to wear this when you use the sanitizer, because for me that burns my skin a lot, but I want to use the sanitizer because, you know, don't want to get the virus. So I would put this on before I went out and then I could carry on my day. And I would say yes, it does help. Is it worth buying? It depends. I think if you were a hairdresser or something that you've got to, you know, wash your hands a lot, then yeah, get it, give it a try. But for the average person, I don't feel that it works well enough, really. Forgotten what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, one other thing that it says about this. Now it says, where does it say? Will not wash off, comes off naturally with exfoliated skin cells. But I beg to differ with that one, and I feel like you would need to apply this every few hours for it to be effective, really. So that's just something to bear in mind. For, you know, for a tenner, could be worth trying. Like I say, depending on how often you're going to be washing your hands or getting down with chemicals. But for the average person, okie dokie then. So number 6. And just one thing, I just want to say, I don't know why I keep licking my lips the whole time. I think it's this lip gloss, Soap and Glory. It's very, very sticky, so just try to erase all of that horribleness from your memory. Number 6 is VinoDerMexima. Okay, here you are. Now, when I first got this, it's about $9.99 from Superdrug. But when I first got this, we hit it off. But as the weeks went on, I started to see little to no improvement, which was such a shame because when I first got it, I did see a lot of improvement. And I was reading it today and it says here that basically it helps to improve the skin's natural balance, microbiome balance. whatever that means to you and me, I don't know, but I think it was doing something, and I think that once it finally sort of sorted out that balance, that's when it probably stopped working for me. Which you can't see, but I'm down to here. So it took this much before I stopped seeing an improvement. So, you know, might be worth a trial, because it's not bad. It's not a bad cream at all. And I say cream, but it's actually an ointment. But it's nothing like this ointment. It is like a cream, but it's just a little bit more heavier than a cream, and a little bit more greasier as well. And it's suitable for really sensitive skin. It's suitable for children, babies. If you haven't tried it, perhaps consider it. Okay, so number 5 then. Now, this is a good one. This is a well, I don't know if I can even, a lot of this bottle is in another language. It's a French brand, but the main thing that you need to know about this is it's the calm one, Eczema calm, and it's the balm. So I'm just going to hold that a bit closer so you can have a bit of a better look at that. Okay, but don't worry anyway, because I'll link all of the things below. Sorry, I'm not very fluent in French, but yeah, anyway, so I got this for £18.50 from Boots, and you can see it's quite squidged because it's nearly all gone, sadly. There's a few things that I really love about this, which is, firstly, it's got a great applicator ball, because you can see how much I'm right down here, and it will have no issues coming out. Whereas some, well, I'm sure you know, some bottles, you'd be squeezing them and shaking them and you just can't get anything out of them. But this one's a good one. And it did have a lid as well, but I've actually lost the lid, so yeah. Now, you can use this on your face and your body. So that's a bonus, because although it's a little bit more expensive, some of the other ones would be too heavy on the face. So this is the first one actually that you can actually put on your face. So in a way that sort of makes the price tag a little bit better. You can use this on children. It's really sensitive. I mean, really good for sensitive skin, that's what I mean. And it really does what it says, which is calm the skin, calm the inflammation. It really, really does. I remember when I first bought this and I was having such a terrible flare up, and I went into Boots, and as soon as I came out of the shop I put it straight on, and you know, I felt like that day it started working straight away. And that evening I was really impressed with how much it had calmed the skin down after just using it a few times. So, but there is a couple of cons to this, one of which is it can be quite hard to get your hands on. When I picked this up, there was only one left in Boots, and it was in like an empty box. You had to take the empty box to the checkout, and they had to look for it under the counter in Boots, because it's in the more high-end creams. And like I say, there was only one, and the shop assistant actually said to me that it sells out so quickly. However, don't fret, because it is also on Look Fantastic, so it's not the end of the world. You can buy it online, but convenience wise, you know, you might have to just wait that little bit longer. Otherwise, this is a great one to try if you haven't already. So the next one I want to talk about, which is number 3, is Serve. Let me show you. Now, ignore all of this for now, but this is how. Sorry, I've just realised I'm terrible at pronunciation, so you'll have to excuse me. Now, right there, I've got the smoothing cream, but that's not the one that I want to talk about today. Unfortunately, I haven't got with me the one that I want to talk about, but it is called the moisturising cream, and it is, you can buy it in a tub, either about the same size as the Dyshidrotic, so almost this size. I think this is 500 and it's actually 450 or something like that, so almost this size. Now, don't get this confused with the lotion. Reason being is because one time I bought the lotion instead of the cream, and they are two completely different things. The lotion is very lightweight and not really anywhere near as moisturising or as effective. However, the cream is it's luxurious sort of cream. It's lovely. It's light. It's a light texture, but your skin feels like it's having a lovely, deep, nourishing treatment when you put it on. And you can really feel that your skin is being moisturised. And that's what I love about it. You can also use it on your face. You can use it on children. And the other things is they often are on offer. So in Boots, they're often either 20% off or 3 for 2, which is not bad. They do, like I said, either in a tub or they do it in one like this, which is a little bit cheaper. It has got to be one of my favourite creams. I've listed it as number 4, but that is because the top 2 are hands based and there's only one more ahead of this, which you're about to find out what is my favourite all-time go-to eczema cream right now. Okay, are you ready to find out the number 1? Well, no, it's actually number 3, but this is the number 1 body, like full body, possibly face cream, because the following 2, like I said, are mainly hands based. So here goes. Number 1 is La Roche-Posay. I know it's posh, isn't it? Now this is the baby one, but I have used the ordinary one, which looks identical to this, but without the blue baby stripe. And in my opinion, there's 0 difference, so not sure as to why. And on the adult one, it says that it's suitable for babies and children anyway, so I have no idea really why this one's for babies, but I actually got this baby one because it was in the clearance for a £5. However, it normally is about £20 from Boots. It's also in the high-end range of creams from Boots, where I told you about. This one is, they are in the same section. Now, although this is £20, my God, it is worth every penny, because before I met the love of my life, this cream, I wasted beyond so much money on creams. As you know, I've already got 10 just sitting here for this review, but this isn't the half of it. And if I'd discovered and just paid that £20 the first time, then I would have actually saved myself probably £100 of wasting my money on other rubbish creams that promise to deliver and they just don't. However, this one does. This is triple action, and it really is. It is anti-scratching, which is so true. Honestly, this helps the itch a lot. It's anti-dry skin, very true. This is the thickest cream out of the lot. Now, unfortunately, there's like none left because I love it so much. The sad thing is that once I got right to the bottom, it's quite difficult to get out. So remember what I was saying to you about trying to shake it and, you know, get every last inch of it out? This thing doesn't quite reach to the bottom, which is the only downside to this cream, really. But I don't know if I can get a little bit on there to show you. There you are. It's like, it's pretty thick and it's really, really lovely. So this made the most difference to my skin out of all of the creams, and this is my top cream that I still will use 2 to 3 times a day, just to keep the eczema patches at bay a little bit. If you're gonna buy a cream, buy this one. You won't be disappointed. Also, I forgot to say, it is the Lip Icar, and it's the AP+M, which is quite important because once again it's in another language, France again. So okay, well done if you've made it this far. I mean, it's a lot putting up with me, really. But if you want to find out, number 2. Now this one is, I only really use it on my hands. These next 2 I only really use on my hands. So this is important if you have Dyshidrotic eczema. No, I don't really know how to say it. Of course I don't. But it's a hand eczema. Particularly, I get the eczema that has, they're like blisters, and they're just filled with a little bit of fluid, and you tend to get them on the sides of your fingers. If that's you, or any kind of hand eczema, then you're going to want to know this. So coming in at number 2 is Argan Organics Itch Magic. Okay, now this one I think is a bit of a secret because I haven't seen this in the shops anywhere. I got this on Amazon. It is $14.99, and if you have Prime, it's 1-day delivery, which is great because you could order it today and get it tomorrow. They also have a website where you can get it from them directly, but I think the postage was a little bit longer. I think it took like a week and a half to come, which was a bit of a pain to wait. So if you can get it off Amazon, get it off Amazon. Now this is quite a small tub. Obviously I've used some, so ignore the fact that I've used some. It comes pretty full, but although it comes full, it is a small tub. It is only 50 millilitres. So for 50 millilitres for, you know, 15 quid almost, it's expensive, which is why I do just use it on my hands. I think that you can use this anywhere on any patch of eczema, but I just keep it to the hands because you go through it quite quickly. So it's almost a little bit like liquid gold, this is, hence why they've probably chosen this design. Now this one actually has a smell. And it's hard to describe it. It really is. It reminds me a little bit of mint. Or like when your mum's washed her face and had a face mask on and brushed her teeth, and then she comes and kisses you good night before bed. Yeah, that's what it smells like. A bit more about it is basically it's made up of all natural ingredients, so it's a really quite amazing product, and I think this is where the price comes in. I will post some of the ingredients in a picture just here. Now, the main reason that I like this cream is because it really does stop the itch. Now, I know I said that about the last one, and that does too. This does, but this does. And particularly for hands, this works really well, because I don't know if you have hand eczema, particularly the blister kind that I mentioned, you will know that in the evenings when you start getting a bit sweaty, it can become insanely itchy, and this really does help settle the skin. So that's all you need literally for your hands. That's all I put on, and it's just a really beautiful cream. And if you do have the blistery kind of eczema, I would 100% recommend trying this. And there's actually a lot of reviews on Amazon of people that have said the same thing, that this is the one. So I would definitely consider giving this a go if you've tried everything else, especially if you like a natural product. Now, number one is a game changer. Okay, if you've got cracked, dry, itchy skin that needs some serious hydrating, you're going to want to have some working hands. Now, there's two types of working hands. This one is very much like a very thick cream. And although it's supposed to be the same, this one is much more almost like solid. Now, whether they are the same or not the same, I've got to say that this one I feel does a better job than this one. Now, I might be mad for saying that, because they could be the exact same thing, but I always take this one over this one. And normally I don't like pots, because I don't like keep dipping my fingers in it and all that stuff. I usually opt for the more hygienic one, but I just feel like this is a lot more creamier and it goes on nicer. So if you are sort of like, oh, which one shall I buy? Go for this one. I was struggling a little while ago with some serious cracked dry skin all down my front of my fingers, and literally after using that once or twice, I've noticed a massive change. It had already started to become moisturised and normal again, and since I haven't put it down, and you can see now that there's not really any dryness there at all. So that is a bit of a miracle one. It's also really good for, like I said before about the blistery kind of eczema. I do feel like it helps that a lot as well. Now, there is one thing that I will say about this, and it even says it on the bottle, which is a bit odd. It can sting a little bit. Where does it say it here? I read it earlier. Mild stinging of severely dry skin is normal, but discontinue if it persists. So on when it was really dry, like I told you when I first started using it, and on the blistery kind, it does sting a little bit, but it works so well that it's almost like no pain, no gain. It almost feels like when it does the stinging, it almost feels like it's like shrinking the blisters, if that makes sense. And you would have to sort of feel it to know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's quite a good one. And I think for the price as well, under a tenner, it's definitely worth a try, because, you know, even if it's not just eczema, or if you do just have cracked hands from work or overwashing, especially with all of the washing our hands that we've been doing, it is such an amazing product. Your hands will be like new again after using that for a little while. So I think buy it, because it's the best for hands that I've ever tried. Thank you for watching my video, and please like and subscribe, because this is my first ever video and I need a bit of an audience. So thank you for your time. Bye. Right, so